bada. Yep, yep. Ow! Oh, that tickled. Oh shit! Ow! Ow! That one was fun. Let's not do that again.
Why would DeVries betray her fellow agents like that? It's a rhetorical question. I already know. Just making conversation.
Fine. Continue where you were at, thank you. Although if that ice pick doesn't crawl its way out of my right eye, we might have problems. Okay, you go that way. I'm gonna go this way. Because I don't trust you're not gonna have your buddies behind the other side to shoot me in the back. And I'm not gonna be your mark. Although judging by the number of red around me, I might still end up being your mark.
Alert. Hostiles.
Let me know when you need a distraction. Hey, ambush.
Rube. Yeah, we just want to talk, buddy. We'll hang out like friends. Chicks. Plan is good. We kill a lot of dumb people and take their stuff. It's hard sometimes to still talk smart. Talk Adrena time makes talking good easy, but ain't Adrena time makes it even more harder. So need more Adrena time. We just gotta move. Find new people to steal from. Older guys, anti guys, and angry old order guys are all hard to fight. These people is easy. Just need to find a new place to catch them when order guys not around. Yeah, this new good plan. We scrappers can do this. We just gotta keep talking smart and keep dumb talking scrappers in the back for the ambush. Good plan, guys. You might get it next time. There's a... Ah. Oh, I forgot to take that guy's booze. Oops. Bro's just like, yeah, it's just right over here. Yet we find ourselves right back where we started.
Stranger, the order bids you welcome, but also warnings.
Your gun looks cool.
In light of the recent attack on Auntie's Choice, you may want to make haste to Matriarch's Mercy. It's just down the road here.
Well, fixed it somehow. Maybe it was the reset of the server. Or the routers. What was that? What's that attack?
I can't rightly say, and that is rather concerning in its own right. It seems our temporary ceasefire with the corporatists may be at its end.
Ceasefire?
Yes, this was an active war zone until recently, and now seems like it may be so again. Not quite certain why the attack was launched, but that is not under my purview. I'd surmise that when Auntie's Choice realized they couldn't get through our defensive measures, they wisely chose the path of diplomacy. Seems I was mistaken. They must have done something to provoke an attack, which is why your safest path now is the one that leads to Matriarch's Mercy.
Why is that? What else is going on around
The
here?
Order controls everything south of this point, but the rest is beset with various dangers. Zealots, scavengers, creatures, and corporatists. Well, not certain about that last one anymore, after the attack.
What kind of zealots are out there?
Cultists, mad to the last one. I believe they worship the rifts or some such. People will turn to anything to ease their discomfort during times of crisis, I suppose.
Were you saying about scavengers?
They're both unstable and violent. Auntie's forces call them scrappers, and uses them for just that, gathering scrap materials. Excessive abuse of stimulants has made them severely unbalanced and prone to violence. They've also been known to pose as refugees, to lure their victims into ambushes. There are several camps of them northwest of here. I'd strongly advise keeping your distance.
I have to ask about the creatures.
The creatures are of the genus Varachnid. They are large enough to kill a full-grown human, and exceedingly willing to do so.
Eee.
All our efforts add to the equation.
So you're saying spider bugs?
I don't see anything else coming. Was it just the one?
Okay, well, I guess let's go to Emerald City.
Pinnacle meal replacement bar is a complete line for daily meals with end of the plan. Designed for optimal nutritional extraction. They also taste accessible.
Exponential increase in local population detected, and max occupancy exceeded. Non-essential persons should vacate for safety purposes.
Another refugee? All right, step forward. Just a moment. Allowing anyone into Matriarch's Mercy unprocessed will upset the precarious ratio of refugees to aid. We should have an opportunity for placement in approximately 7.85 days, presuming no unforeseen alterations.
Alright, I'm not a refugee. I'm here in orders from Ruth.
Ah, I seem to recollect one matching your description set for arrival. Pardon my slowing your ingress. It has been rather hectic of late. Welcome to Matriarch's Mercy. Rule number 1, no crowding. Rule number 2, avoid the exclusion zone. Our seer has predicted non-specific imminent danger.
Alright, what's the exclusion zone?
I thought the name was self-explanatory. Our seer predicted that a corner of the encampment is in terrible danger. Danger from what? Or when? Unclear. Stay away from it, and, in all probability, you won't have to find out.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Oh, there's the baby. Oh, there's the baby. Oh no. Sheepy baby, sheepy. Oh, sheepy baby. Scratches. Baby, sleepy. Hi, sleepy baby. Here, I make a nest for the sleepy baby. There. Now you get sleepy baby nest. Sleepy baby nest. All right. We'll have to find out. People sure take your predictions seriously.
Our predictions spring from the universal equation, the very numbers that guide the stars. Only a fool ignores probability, and we don't suffer fools around these parts.
Oh, no, you don't know. Thought refugee encampments were supposed to be safe.
Safety and probability are incompatible. Eventually, nowhere will be safe, including here.
Is there a rule number 3?
Not at present, but according to our predictions, the creation of a third rule is likely, if not inevitable. That's enough questions. Keep the line moving. You need anything, talk to Seer Wiley. He's in the lift building, straight through the settlement.
Big stretch. Oh, the big stretch. Alright.
I remember this place before the war. Functioning tramaculars. Peaceful silence of the canyons.
I can't recall the last time this region was silent.
Algorithmic dissonance? And then we solve for the... apologies. Just catching up on a research assignment between queries. Yes? Did you need something?
Yeah, sure. I was wondering if you could tell me the square root of pi.
Oh, doesn't everyone have that memorized? It's 1.77245385. Ah, I see you were making a jest and/or attempt at conversation. Anything else?
You usually perform advanced calculations in the midst of a busy settlement?
Typically, no. And it has been somewhat challenging focusing my concentration. The abbot felt a scientician operating in a conspicuous spot in the thoroughfare might be useful. An illustrative way for our guests to see how we operate. To show how the Crabble patties are made, as it were. That is, if the meat preparation
Good
involved a
SpongeBob joke.
90-step rate formula and a conflux of polynomial equations.
So you're just mathing out here in public so passerbyers can watch your math?
I am also on hand to answer queries by providing data supporting our actions. Though perhaps due to my central location, 89.74% of the time, I am simply asked for directions.
But the other 10.26% of the time they're asking you if they can use the space.
I am sure they bear any inconveniences with grace and dignity. I mean, the statistical jump correlated to residents within Matriarch's Mercy has some pretty compelling numbers. According to data, life inside shows a notable uptick in key relevant quality of life factors. Longevity, access to medicine, potable water. Life outside sees increased risk of starvation, inclement weather, and hostile
Welcome back, Doug.
xenofauna. Yes, indeed. Numbers are really against you out there.
Most people need more than medicine and water to be
We
happy.
have diverted internal resources to better meet demand in key areas. And I'm pleased to say that's led to a statistically significant 2.7% increase in refugee satisfaction. But if my data remains unconvincing, I suggest you inquire with Provisioner Plotnik inside the lift building. Simply tell her Archivist Widmark approves brief use of her time.
I'll let you get back to it.
Back to it I shall get.
My soup is nutritionally calculated to sustain all bodily functions, but it could use a little salt.
Please be advised, this unit lacks pharmaceutic resources to provide medical care meeting Earth Directorate standards to populations exceeding
I'm not in a
7.5
prediction
persons.
Please keep your behavior within acceptable parameters.
Define acceptable. Like, is this acceptable?
Broke my nose last scrap. Ah, I banged him up real good for you, didn't I? I won you one, right? Matters settled.
The void you did. Barely connected. You're thinking of 2-3 scraps ago. You've been mostly unconscious a while now.
I got no idea what either of you talking about.
You ought to talk to Boss Tilda. She's the brains in this... What does she call it? Oh, yeah. Quasi-illicit shenanigan.
Doesn't like to look at us when we're all banged up. Said my face turned her off Borstloaf.
Anyhow, head down the hill along the fence. Tell her Mapother and Mudge sent you.
But I didn't want to talk to her. I wanted to talk to you.
Wherever there's trouble, there's always opportunities willing to profit from it.
Greetings. What can I help you with? Let me guess. One of your co-occupants is always hanging up his or her britches in your corner of the yurt. Am I right? Or you're dealing with more of a stay off my palate or that's my air you're breathing sort of thing. Hmm? Pray elucidate the exact nature of your tiff of contention.
Tell me about this quasi-illicit shenanigans.
Oh, a semi-informed customer. Well, we offer a wide array of proxy altercations, from restrained bludgeoning to flat-out scraps. Here in Matriarch's Mercy, if you're not a member of the Order, you're probably living close to somebody else. In some cases, sleeping on top of them. Sort of thing tends to cause friction between neighbors. Would lead to fights, but nobody here wants trouble with the Order. So they hire our hooligans to battle by proxy.
Okay. So they fight using stand-ins. What does that solve?
Half the time, people shy away at the first sight of blood. The other, that's what they're there for. We say whoever wins the fight wins the argument. But frankly, it's never anything of consequence, like, okay, hurrah! This guy gets back his mangy button. Now, how can I help you exactly?
Came to ask about the situation in the camp, but you answered my question. I'm just window shopping proxy altercations today, sorry.
Ugh, a tourist. Well, clear out then, huh? Can't have you scaring off real customers. I got a bunch of yeggs, 2 pugilists, and a cicanid to feed.
Excuse me, princess.
You got business? No? Move on.
Maybe I do have business. I don't know if I need to do this yet. Bye.
Your nose was just a stand for one case.
Don't feel that no stand.
What happened to this place? Law. Matriarch's Mercy is no safer than the trenches.
Look on the bright side. I predict that the worst is behind us.
No, no boars. No, that's sliced bread behind you.
We're not going anywhere. Not on the basis of some half-baked prediction. This so-called exclusion zone is where we stake our claim. Stand with me in defense of freedom.
Show your work or shove off.
Except for the fact that you ain't yelling and trying to eat me. I'd have pegged you as some sort of prosperous scrapper by the rough look you got about you.
Rude.
You do got a certain feral look in your eye, though. Okay. I give up. Tell me.
Director, Psych, and you are?
May Huffstutler, formerly Auntie's Choice, Department of Invasive Marketing. Now, the voice of the displaced. That's what those in the Order call me, leastways. An unofficial sobriquet, likely meant as a petulant slight. On account I object. Louder. More often than the rest. Those of us ended up here have very little except needs. I turn those into demands for reasons of clarity and import.
Helpful troublemaker is a noble calling.
Though, admittedly, it's a difficult way to make friends. The Order is not exactly fond of me. Rabble-rousing doesn't align with their vision of a perfect universe. Happy as I am to make your acquaintance, I'm busy staking our claim over the exclusion zone, so if you'll excuse me.
What was that you mentioned about the exclusion zone?
The exclusion zone. The Order has decided to keep us out thanks to some nebulous prediction of disaster. Screw their predictions. We have people, displaced by war and disaster, in sore need of space. There's plenty of room to house them.
Order's prediction must have been especially foreboding.
Chance of life-threatening peril from a yet-to-be-determined catastrophe were the administrant's words. Not what I would call specific. I honestly don't give the slightest whit about the Order's idea of math or whatever calculation tells them that a catastrophe may or may not occur. I couldn't get anywhere with Administrant Agarwal, but you, maybe you'll have better luck.
What makes you think the administrator will listen to me?
Even the Order, for all of their logical ways, value an outside perspective. And because I've run out of options.
I guess I'll give it a try.
Stranger. Maybe fate's on our side for a change. You can find Agarwal in the lift building. Probably formulating another equation to get on my nerves.
Alright, just because I know my luck. We'll walk in here. Have a look around. Half expect the area to just explode on me. Oh, you got all kinds of crap over here and I can't even steal it? Oh, shit.
Please, don't distract me from my most pressing distractions. Where do we go now? Another refugee camp? Another colony?
I predict, with an 8.23 margin of error, that our situation will improve in time.
Stop me with the predictions. You don't even know multivariable calculus.
Just trying to cheer you up.
This looks important.
The meaning of life is numerical, and we are the keepers of the equation.
Alright. Oh, excuse me. Okay.
Watch yourself if you intend to nose around that collapsed ramshackle. I swear, refugee settlements aren't what they used to be.
Oh, that used to be more than just debris?
Yes, technically a hut is meant to be only one story. Because when you stack them, they tend to fall over. Happens a lot. People here need more room to breathe. Can't build in the walkways, can't set up in the exclusion zone. So they build up. Best they can, at least. Don't have proper building material or nothing. They just make do. After a while, the stacked up little huts they jury-rigged come tumbling down.
A bunch of displaced have been hurt doing this.
Oh, you put that together, did you? Here, I thought I was being subtle. Yeah, people keep at it. What else choice they have? Order won't listen. Maybe if we interspersed our requests with numbers, they'd pay attention. Seems like all they care about sometimes.
Agrees me as you may be right. Be seeing you. Well, lame. Ah, look up bounty. No bounty. Look up bounties. Woot! For crimes of repeated and indiscriminate slaughter of the Order personnel, unlike her brothers, Jane Dasani appears to bear some vestige of duty from her prior life in the Protectorate. Unfortunately, this is manifested in a hatred of the Order. She seems to believe that the Protectorate has treated us too gently and that we must all be executed as traitors. She has already made good on this belief in the dozens. Jane Jersley's current resides in the Scrapper Den with her gormless fellows. For their crimes, they must be eliminated. Okay. Deal. And for the crime of theft, malfeasance, general wreaking of havoc. Merton and Edward Dursley belong to many Protectorate subjects abandoned by their local leaders. However, rather than turning to their aid, the duo instead partook in petty banditry. They have since acquainted many fellow ne'er-do-wells and have swiftly become a problem too troublesome to ignore. The brothers reside within the abandoned Guardian Estates in the southwest region of Golden Ridge. Note that due to catastrophic damage to our tram infrastructure, the mountain on which the estate resides must be ascended. Reaching the scavengers' lines may be difficult, but those who succeed shall be rewarded. Cat. Well, there's that. The fuck am I supposed to go now? Meet with Abbott! Hey, Abbott!
By calculating the position of every atom. Apologies, outsider. As a vicar, I am usually tasked with guiding non-order lay people, such as yourself. Lately, the abbot has tasked me with the education of the refugees in our care. You are, of course, free to stay to be enlightened by my lecture, but I don't need an abacus to predict your path lies elsewhere.
What if I promise not to take too much of your time?
Well, if it's in the displaced's best interests, I imagine I can find a moment.
Some seem fairly in the know. What's the situation in the settlement?
Yes, I reckon I do have my ear to the grimy dirt floor of Matriarch's Mercy. I hear what common lay people are saying and the wide array of bodily noises they make. Suppose I, more than any other member of the Order here, connect with non-scienticians. I've begun daily lectures, including practical advice on efficiently planning their days. I frequently launch into extended orations on everyone's favorite topic, math, and meticulously expatiate on our sex origins in the most rigorously pedantic detail.
All right. You haven't actually told me anything about the situation
Oh,
here.
dear. I got ahead of myself, didn't I? That's an occupational hazard around here. As I'm sure you've read in recent dissertations doing the rounds, education has proven to have a 13.7% increase in overall quality of life. I am single-handedly making a difference here. With constructive pointers on efficient scheduling, lessons on order history, plus some mathematics for a little added razzle-dazzle.
Do you think people are listening?
Never as many as I would like, perhaps, but my little congregation grows by the hour. Eventually, my unsophisticated layperson friend, the knowledge just seeps right in. Give it a few years and they'll even be asking questions.
Cool.
$1,068.5 pardons, but my attention is presently 99.81% occupied, coordinating provisions and supplies for the displaced.
What you
may
got?
peruse to your heart's content, but do so speedily for my sake.
But no longer drains energy. Energy also drains 10%. Ooh. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. We need to get that. Pretty much sold off every gun I don't need at this point. I got a burst assault. It's the same thing. I literally can't buy anything from you.
By the Lord, it's you.
Maybe. Okay, cool. There's plenty of things to spend money on, at least. Okay, oh my god, it's me.
Oh, thank the architect you're finally here. I've scarcely breathed while hoping you'd come. I am in desperate need of your help.
Shh. Trade now. Talk later.
Since you aren't a refugee, I hope you understand that I cannot offer my goods free of charge, but my prices are fair.
Helps with side rate points. Alright. I gotta trust my arm.
Thank the architect. I knew you'd be back. Well, really, it was the seer that knew, but it is always nice to have his predictions confirmed.
Alright. Tell me what you need.
Where to begin? There are so many sick and wounded in Matriarch's Mercy, and I have but 2 imperfect hands. I am but a humble general practitioner. What I really need are specialists, and the seer predicted an outsider would find them.
Questions first. What do you think of the conditions of the camp?
As a doctor, I'm appalled. We don't have enough beds or private quarters to separate people, so sickness is blazing an unhappy trail through the refugees. Of course, the Order keeps us well supplied with meds, but things will get worse as long as we're overcrowded. Yes, I can treat sickness as it arises. It would be leagues better to prevent it entirely. That means space to spread out.
Anything I can do to assist that?
Since you asked, you can run this medicine to Horst Lambing. Just don't shake the man's hand. He has a habit of coughing into his palm when he covers it at all.
As for medical specialists, I'll help.
My thanks, stranger. Probability is on our side. The seer gave me a datapad with explicit instructions that I not read it, for my intervention could only throw probability into disarray. Now, take the datapad, with my thanks.
Alrighty. Before I get to that, I had another
How
thing.
can I be of service?
I'll be on my way. Alright.
You're right. The universe does not orient itself toward fairness. But it's my firm belief humanity can do better.
All evidence to the contrary.
Call lift. What lift? That's not a lift. That's sealed. Said datapad. Arbitrary measures. Matriarch's Mercy, overwhelmed, gave you datapad from Seer, instructions where to help. Alright, stranger lands. You may be a stranger in these lands. You shall help us and locate medical specialists essential to the health and well-being of the Matriarch's Mercy, be they formally trained or unconventional in approach. Rest assured that they have been welcomed with open arms. A taxidermist, a savant with needle and thread, can be found within the bounds of the Matriarch's Mercy. An automechanical that has fallen prey to scrappers is located to the west in the Guardian's estate. And a plumber, a specialist in the most depraved and yet essential biological functions, is currently in the trenches of combat. We thank you for the forthcoming assistance, Seer Wiley. That is good. We killed a lot of people. That one.
Ah, you must be the, Earth Directorate agent I was told to expect. Your punctuality is commendable. Allow me to welcome you to Golden Reach. I'm afraid I've no refreshments available, but can I interest you in a customary debate over decidability?
Oh no, thank you, but I couldn't possibly indulge. Oh no, thank you, but I couldn't possibly indulge when there's mischief afoot.
Sensible. Straight to business then. The presiding bishop sent word of your imminent arrival. However, pursuant to our normal standards of compartmentalization, she was scant on the details of your mission. That said, I've been instructed to assist you however I can. So, tell me, what brings you to Golden Reach?
Back up a minute. What was that about compartmentalization?
Well, since losing access to the archive, the Order has been forced to limit its open exchange of ideas and information to avoid contaminating what few predictions we can still make.
What's this archive you mentioned?
The archive is a vast network of computational machines built beneath the ice of Cloister. Prior to the invasion, the Order used it to generate predictions on a vast scale. But listen to me prattling on. I'm sure you aren't here for a history lesson.
You need to speak to Victor Clemens. Supposedly, he's a member of your order.
Victor? Oh, yes, Archivist Clemens. Quite the mind. Such encyclopedic knowledge of engineering. One could almost mistake him for an exemplar. Is he in some kind of trouble?
Not sure, but it seems likely he's involved in a plot to destroy Arcadia.
Victor Clemens, some kind of radical. What an absurd notion.
I must agree with my seer. I once watched Victor shed copious tears over a damaged datapad. It's difficult to imagine him capable of worse.
Friend of the traitor I'm after said she and Victor had secret contacts within the Order.
And that may well be true. But our standard of proof within the Order is not normally met by hearsay alone. Victor's currently supervising highly experimental research at one of our labs to the northwest, the Enray Range, beyond the invaders' front lines. Unfortunately, you'll need to go through the decommissioned autonomous extractorium to reach it. That path is less than safe, so I advise caution.
Can you be more specific about the threats I'll be facing?
Besides the highly caustic Zeranium River and the Mantisaurs, we've also received reports of mad cultists in the area. It does make me wonder why Victor decided to stay.
Are those the same cultists that worship the rifts?
Indeed. They began showing up with their inane theories prior to the invasion. The first sign of dysfunction in the Protectorate. Always starts small, doesn't it? Loath as I am to admit it, there may be some merit to your worries over a conspiracy within the Order. Whether Victor is involved or not. As my predecessor would remind me, denying unpleasant facts is not good science. I would be remiss if I failed to support an investigation.
Glad we're on the same page. Now how can I return the favor and help you?
No doubt you heard of the recent attack launched on that Anti's Choice base, Outpost Opportunity. It came from one of our facilities, the Zeranium Manufactory. But that facility is intended for research, not military action. I hate thinking an Order member responsible, but given the precision of the attack, it does suggest traitors in our midst. It would undoubtedly benefit both of us to root them out.
Respectfully, Scholar, given current tensions, should we really be trusting such a delicate task to this stranger? Would an internal review of our ranks not be more appropriate?
Respectively, avoid yourself. Current tensions, and here I thought we were getting along so well.
Choosing levity at a moment like this is only further evidence of your lack of good judgment.
I don't dispute the need for discretion, my friend. But the presiding bishop made the determination to send the agent to us. It's best we trust her calculations. Moreover, our situation is growing increasingly dire. I can't overstate my fears concerning this most recent attack ending the ceasefire and reigniting the war in Golden Ridge. One more thing. Your investigation into the traitors takes precedence. But if you could also render aid at Outpost Opportunity on our behalf, such a gesture might preserve the peace.
Just checking, you're sure the Order didn't intentionally attack Andy's choice?
Most assuredly not. It would eliminate the entire point of the ceasefire. Please convey that fact to whomever you speak with.
Thanks for the leads. I'll look into all of this.
I knew I could rely upon you. Ruth wouldn't have sent you otherwise. Here, take this writ of investigative inquiry. It'll grant you access to the manufactory. Seer Wiley and I will conduct our own inquest into these traitors you've mentioned erstwhile. We can compare notes once you've returned with your findings. Illuminating the path to true erudition is an abbot's moral duty. Whatever I can tell you, I will.
Right. Let's start with the giant statue outside.
That is a statue of the matriarch, Alexandra Varick, Arcadia's founder and for whom the monastery was named after. Regrettably, Alexandra Monastery is closed to non-order members at the moment, given recent troubles. But perhaps Seer Wiley can give us an estimation of its reopening.
Oh, certainly. According to my calculations, the monastery will be accessible to certain members of the public shortly.
Oh, good news indeed. Oh, you really must visit. The observatory is a true sight to behold.
Notice you refer to Wiley as Seer. What is that?
A calling for those with a greater than average talent for mathematics and computation, particularly in the field of predictive analysis.
Fascinating that talent must come in handy.
Seer Wiley is being too modest about his contributions. Many in the Order rely on Seers for their indispensable counsel. I myself would be lost without mine.
I too value a good lackey. Having someone who can predict the future certainly seems handy with a war on.
Oh, indeed. I needn't educate you on what you can see with your very eyes. There is a great deal of pressure on me to navigate what is a rather novel situation. Without Wiley, I dare say our predicament here would be even more precarious. Many lives depend on him, on us both. Why, Matriarch's mercy would not be the refuge it is without his predictions shepherding its development.
That isn't saying much. Matriarch's mercy is a disaster.
What if you consider the alternative? Its absence would be far more catastrophic for these poor refugees. Really, the Order is being quite charitable.
Alright, baby. Thanks for filling me in. I'll be off.
Speak to Abbot Newell if you've more queries.
Have you beheld that new rifle up at the monastery? The Oracle?
The one Wiley designed, right? Uses a tracking algorithm, never misses. Sounds ambitious, even for him.
I'd give my tenure for an hour alone with it and a mantisaur at 2 clicks.
Sounds hot.
Where to first, Command? Henry Rames, Serenium Manufacturing, or Outpost Opportunity?
Alright, I am...
The paradigm is a self